If you're an entrepreneur and you own a business and you feel like you're a little bit stuck, maybe you feel like you're in neutral a little bit and you're not actually going as far as you want to get to because you want to release as much potential as you've got, in this video I'm going to help you out unpack 7 of the key things you're going to run into as an entrepreneur and why you might be a little bit stagnated in your business. It's normal, it happens. I'm an entrepreneur myself and I coach and I help other entrepreneurs too to help them grow and develop their business. So I understand this stuff, I've been through this stuff myself, and sometimes you just need to be pointed out and pointed in the right direction of what you need to work on. Now actually working at the bottom from the 7 things you have to go through, number 1 is your comfort zone, and it's actually a trap. You get stuck in this little bubble of not doing things outside of your comfort zone. You know, things like doing YouTube. I never would have known years ago that I'd end up doing YouTube videos and channels and a podcast to help people, but I'd always push myself out of my comfort zone, and I always have. Every level of business I've got to, it's because I've pushed myself out of comfort zones. I've got myself in deliberate positions of being in boardrooms, being in meetings, reaching out to clients that I think they'd never want to work with us, they'd never want to do anything with us. But I got myself in there and got myself in the door. And it's because I've just ignored what I thought was my natural comfort zone. You understand, right, this is a bit scary, I don't really want to do this, but you put that to one side and you say, shut the fuck up, get on with it. You have to get out of your comfort zone trap all of the time. And in realities, this is going to be having awkward conversations with customers. Maybe it's marketing your business, maybe it's presenting your business, maybe it's going to meet new people. Whatever it is for you, you are going to have something that is holding you back in a comfort zone. And most of the people you know will stick in their comfort zone as well. This is why you need to be around good entrepreneurs that push you and actually point out, you need to stop fucking around. You need to get out of your comfort zone and stop doing what everyone else is doing, because you're going to get the same results that everyone else has got. So getting out of your comfort zone is the first thing, and if you're not very good at that, if you know that is holding you back, you need to start developing what's called mental toughness. And if you want to do that, you can listen to my podcast, there's a link below, there's a few episodes along that. But you need to go and do some hard shit. Go and do some stuff that's pushing you out of your comfort zone. And look, an indicator is, if you go through your day-to-day life and things you do in a business and nothing intimidates you, you're doing the wrong things. You should have things every day you don't really want to do, but you know you need to do them because that's what's going to move you forward. You've got to get very used to this and become and accept that is the normalities of being an entrepreneur, because every level you get to, you're going to have to get through that comfort zone thing time and time again. So it's a bit like a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger it gets. Number 2, a lack of vision. If you are struggling with a lack of vision, you are never ever going to realise your full potential, because if you know you've got potential but you don't know what area or what direction to put that towards, how are you ever going to feel like you're on the right path? You need to have a big goal. Every single entrepreneur needs to have a big goal that scares the shit out of you. It's a goal that is linked to being out of your comfort zone, but it's something that makes you think, oh, how are we going to even do that? Like, that's so big, that's so much bigger than I thought was going to be ever possible. It's bigger than likely what anyone you know has achieved themselves. You've got to have a big goal, because if you haven't got a vision, and you haven't got a big goal to aim for, you'll just go around in circles in business. You'll just do what you need to do to keep the lights on, to fulfill that comfort zone of just you're earning a certain level of money, things are okay. If you grow, it's going to have to involve more people, and you can't be bothered to do that because you're not really sure why you're doing it or what you're doing it for. You've got to have a big goal and a big vision, and I guarantee you, you are going to have to grow a business a lot bigger than what you initially thought. To earn the money that you want at the bottom line, it's going to take more time, more people. It's going to cost you a lot more money than you think. But if you've got a big enough vision and reason why you're doing it, and it might be that you want to retire your parents, it might be you want to move abroad, it might be that one day you want to sell the business, it might be that you want to grow a team of really good, high achieving people and actually help them create an amazing life from your business, whatever it is for you. You might be a legacy type person, you want to pass the business on to the kids, whatever it may be for you. Everyone's unique, everyone's different, and there's no right or wrong. But once you tap into more of that and go, right, it's not just about a bit of money, it's actually about building something for a purpose and a reason, and you're locked onto that vision, you'll do whatever it takes to get to that goal and that vision. But you don't have something substantial, you don't have a locked on vision, you're only going to do the bare minimum. Whereas if you're locked on going, right, we are getting here, because I know if we get the revenue target to here, whether it's 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, and we've got a bottom line of 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, whatever it is for you, and you know why you're doing it, because you need X amount to put your kids to private school, or you need X amount to retire your parents, or everything, you've got that all covered, you've got it all worked out, that is what's going to push you forward. And without that, that's where I see people lost all the time. They earn a bit of money, they go drinking a lot, they get on the drugs a lot, and they end up lost, and they don't really actually enjoy their business because they're not onto a really solid goal. Number 3, you can get into the trap of hard work, but working just for hard work's sake, with a lack of priority. And you have to learn and get through this period of working hard but working smart, to making sure you're working on the right things that actually move the business forward. Because once you start earning money, if you find yourselves being busy redesigning logos or building websites or fucking around with things that you shouldn't be doing, that you can get other people to do. And it's very common in my industry, where I come from, construction industry, of people thinking there's no one better than me on the tools. I'm the best tradesman, I'm the best this, I'm the best that, and you end up doing things yourselves. Before you know it, you're running around collecting materials and doing things on jobs when you should be organising the company, working on the company, selling more jobs, operationally working out is everything okay, and looking after the numbers and everything that's important to a business. You have to have priorities, and there's only certain priorities that drive a business forward. And the truth is, businesses are grown by sales. You have to be switched onto the priority of getting the money in. The money in at the front. So it's the marketing and the sales efforts. The quicker you get into your head that you are a salesman, you are the chief marketing person for your business, and all the other jobs in the business you can be bought. You can pay other people to do. And you've got to think, right, anytime you're doing anything in the business, you've got to question, right, should I be doing this, or can I pay someone to do this? And if the answer is, I could pay someone to do this, that is what you need to start doing, because you're reinvesting back into help you get to the big goal that you've got. You can only get so far on your own. And being a jack of all trades is not good for anyone. You can't master an area. If you want to master business, you need to master sales and leadership and your accounting side, but they're the 2 main high income generating skills and tasks you can have in a business. So you've got to work hard as well as smart in the right areas actually grows the business forward. Then number 4, linked to number 3, is delegation. You have to let go. You have to let professionals do their job. You have to let your accountant do their job. You might have to let professional people within the business, depending on what scale and size you get to, managers, directors, partners, you've got to let go of different areas of the company so that people can focus on what they're good at. And this is really about getting the right bums in the right seats. It's recruiting the very best people, A players. You need to recruit A players, and you need to become an A player yourself so that you can trust people to delegate. You can let go of things because you've got the right people. And I think a lot of people struggle with delegation is, number 1, fear, but number 2, you've actually got the wrong people. You haven't got people that you trust 1,000,000% that they are better than you. And that is the goal. Being a business owner, you want everyone in all the other seats that they're better than you. So if you are naturally gifted at sales, let's say, you're naturally gifted at meeting people, you need an amazing operator behind you to pick up the jobs or pick up the customers that you've won, to get on with it and make it happen and deliver the service, deliver the product to your customers. And then you're likely going to need someone who's amazing at the finances side, which would become like a finance director in a bigger business, that they're just fantastic with numbers, they're fantastic with forecasting, they're fantastic at looking ahead and actually seeing the right numbers. And you've got to learn this, to just delegate and let go. And again, every single task you do in a business, you go, should you be doing this, or can you delegate it to someone else? Can you let it go, set a system, set a structure and go, right, if you do this, this and this, I'm happy. And you train and you develop your team to do it how you want to do it. And then once they're up and running, they'll actually refine it and improve it and do it better than you. You have to get through that. You cannot do everything on your own. Then number 5, you have to be adaptable. You have to be adaptable just by certain things, not necessarily just the business, but actually look at, okay, what's going on in politics at the minute? What's going on with interest rates at the minute? What's going on in the wider culture? Is what's happening with the market? Again, for me, come from the construction industry, we've got a massive shortage of labour, so we've got to adapt at the minute. We've got to find other ways of getting labour into the business because it's a supply and demand problem. We've also got increasing costs, we've got tighter margins at the top by bigger companies. You've got to be adaptable to consistently deliver a service that is profitable and scalable, and build a business that can move and go with the times. Again, construction industry, so behind on the times, so behind with marketing. A lot of it's run and owned by older people that don't even understand LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. They haven't got a clue. You've got to be adaptable and go with the times and not be afraid to change and actually improve things and basically get speed, efficiency and increased profitability. And that's what's always got to be on your mind as a business owner, is going, where is your industry going? Where is your niche? Where is your trade? Whatever you do as a business, where is it going? And where is it heading by the actual realities? Not by what you think, not by fear, but actual statistics, actual hard numbers. If you know your industry's going a particular way, like I say, for me, I know there's less and less younger people coming into it. And I know there's a lot of older people trying to get out of it. So I have to adapt at the minute to attract the 30 to 40-year-olds to build a team that's going to be with me for the next 10, 15 years as I grow it out. And I've got to find clever, smarter ways of doing that. One of them is social media. And another one is growing a personal brand so that more people know me. So I've got more contacts to be able to build that business out. And that means I'll create a competitive advantage, which is all about being adaptable to the current market. Then, number 6, you're going to have to get through at some point the thief of comparison, like comparing yourself to other people, because when you're in this, you're going to have loads of battles, problems, and things that go wrong. And what you're going to do is stick your head up against the brick wall and have a little look and go, my mate runs a different type of business. I think I'll do that instead. Or that business looks easier. I think that'll be quicker. I think that'll make me more money. And you've got to ignore this and remember where you are and understanding that every business has these problems. Every business is riddled with fucking loads and loads of issues and problems and stress and nightmare. But every business is slightly different. Some businesses require so much money upfront capital to get started, like a restaurant, for example. You've got to put in £500,000 on a fit out and buying stuff and getting the restaurant ready to open. But then you've got the risk of you serve a few bad meals and no one comes back. A construction business, for me, you can start relatively low with not much cash at all, but the ball ache and stress is sometimes cash flow, payment terms, recruitment of good labour. An e-commerce business, you can get massive scale massively, but the margins get tighter and tighter. And 1 minute a product's selling really well and the next minute no one wants it and you're stuck with a warehouse full of goods that you thought you were going to sell and now you can't and you just basically burnt money. There are problems in every industry. So don't get caught in the comparison problem and another trap of thinking that it's easier somewhere else. You've got to understand, right, you know your knowledge in the market you're in. You've got experience, you need to build on that and work through these problems and not get caught out by comparison and thinking that someone else has got it easier, because no one has. Any entrepreneur will tell you, whatever industry they're in, all business is the same. It's finance, it's operations, it's sales, and all the bullshit that comes with it and all the problems. It's the same stuff, whatever industry you're in. And then number 7, you need to get to a point where accountability is a very real thing, because accountability is the key to growing businesses. When you're a smaller business and it's just you, you're very good at telling your staff what to do and dictating what they should be doing, but you're not very good at doing it for yourself. And no one's actually over your shoulder going, well, why are you doing that? Why don't you do it this way? Why don't you check this? Have you thought about this? Giving you a different perspective. And the gap is actually the middle businesses, because bigger businesses have massive accountability, huge accountability. They've got a board of directors, they've got stakeholders, they've got shareholders. The bigger businesses like Apple, Microsoft, Gymshark, they're all on the stock market. So they've got people and the media and the marketplace to keep happy that the share price stays at a certain point. If not, everyone starts selling their shares and stocks and that company's value plummets overnight. So they've got massive responsibility, which is a form of accountability, to keep the company performing at a high level. When you start, it's just you, that's all you're worrying about. But as you get in the middle and you've got a team, maybe you've got 4 or 5 people in an office, maybe you're doing your first couple of £1 million a year in revenue, no one's really holding you accountable, because you're not at the stage to have loads of directors and partners, but you need someone in your corner looking at all the things that you can't see, uncovering your blind spots and making sure that you're not missing something stupid as your risk increases. Because the more revenue you do, it's ultimately, something's going to go wrong. Someone's going to try and take you to court, an accident's going to happen, someone's going to try and sue you. It's just the nature of the beast of business. And I'm just saying that to you saying this stuff to you guys to tell you the realities. Like, I've got no interest in sugarcoating it. This is just the realities of the world. So having that level of accountability, which is why I do what I do in coaching and helping business owners to get through that and actually go, right, well, what about this? That's quite off. We need to work on this. It just increases the speed and the growth of a company. And actually, it's quite good to have someone to bounce ideas off and actually talk through your business, because it's unique to you. The position you are in now is quite unique to you. The backlog of history that's happened, the problems that have happened, the staff you've all got different skill sets. You need someone who's got that viewpoint to actually go, okay, this works, but this doesn't work. This could be improved. Let's do it this way, and we'll get there quicker to the goal that you've got. And that's what it's all about, coming back to that vision. So you are going to have to get through all these things. Whether you're starting, you're cracking your first million, you might get to 10 million, and I work with companies that are doing 20 plus million. They're still going through the same stuff. You get to a point, your comfort zone kicks in again, you take the eye off the ball, your vision starts going because you've achieved the goals that you thought you were going to achieve and you wanted to achieve, and now you need to set a new goal, and you need to get working smarter once again and delegating again to, quite frankly, people that are smarter and on more money than you, basic rate pay from the business, which is hard to get your head around. You have to always adapt, not get stuck comparing to the wrong people, and have that level of accountability. If you work through those 7 things, you will reach your potential. You will reach your full potential if you actually master yourself and do the right things in your business and have the right people in your corner pushing you and developing you as a person and as a business owner. And it's the biggest return on investment you will ever have going through all of this stuff. You might not like it at the time, you might fucking not want to do it, but it will give you the biggest returns, because you just scale up. You'll just scale up that knowledge, and it all compounds in a business. And that's the nice thing about business, it compounds over time. Entrepreneurship, the longer you're in the game, the better you get, and you can play for the rest of your life. So it makes sense to spend time doing the work and all these different things and being a really good solid egg, all well-rounded person, and run a really good business. So I hope that video has been useful, guys. Like I say, there are some links below for the podcast I have, Construction Entrepreneur, all things around business. Check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.